All right. Next up is Marissa Becker and Camarie Slagle from Kinesiology, presenting on injury predictors in a distance runner population.
New year, new me. That's what we all say when the new year rolls around. 45% of Americans said that they would either like to lose weight or get in shape for their 2018 resolutions. They achieved this by setting a variety of goals, from exercising 7 days a week to doing a couch to 5K or even running a marathon. I'm Camarie Slagle.
And I'm Marissa Becker, and we're kinesiology students studying with Dr. Stowe. Part of the problem with these New Year's fitness resolutions is that so many people end up being burnt out or injured by the end of their training due to improper training, too much training, or not enough training. There are few, if any, tests that can accurately predict injury for these populations. We are studying the marathon running class to see if we can find predictors of injury.
We base our test off a series of demographic questions and a physical assessment, including range of motion measurements, a movement screen, including portions such as a deep squat, an inline lunge, and a hurdle step, as well as a balance test.
We also are using a survey that was made by an orthopedic clinic, and part of our research will be to validate this survey. It asks questions about their past hip injury and their current level of functioning in their hip. Some of the questions could include, do you feel any uncomfortable catching or locking in your hip? Do you feel loose after warming up? And how does your hip affect your current level of functioning?
Most tests ask you to associate a number with a question, such as, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say? However, this test is unique in that each of the 10 questions is actually a solid black line where participants can mark on that line how they perceive their current level. We then use a ruler to score and associate a number with their responses. We have completed a pre-assessment before they started training, a mid-assessment, and are currently doing their final assessments before the race. We joke around saying that we've never been more excited when someone is injured.
With our findings, we hope that we can make a test that anyone can use to predict their injury and give them prevention exercises. We hope to help active individuals, athletes, and clinicians by forming an app which will have a test that participants can go through and prevention exercises if the participant is deemed at risk of injury.
Our hope is to increase people's motivation, decrease the cost of healthcare, and decrease the time that people have to take off from training by allowing them to exercise in a safe and sustainable way based on their current strength, balance, and mobility. We want you to be able to stick to the fitness goals that you create for yourself without having to be hindered as much by the pesky little injuries that pop up along the way. Thank you.
Thank you.
So is this a replication study? Has another university or clinic done this kind of research to predict the injury?
The survey that we are using as part of our injury prediction has been replicated before by an orthopedic clinic. So we are replicating that to see if that has validity. And then our balance test has been replicated and has been used as a pretty good injury predictor. But then our test with the squat, the inline lunge, and the hurdle step is not as, it has not really been used before as an injury predictor. So we are seeing if we can predict injuries with that test.
Are you giving guidance to those in the study before their marathon?
No, we are not doing that because we don't want to hinder the results that we're seeing.
Yep.